What's up, everybody? Johnny James Fitness here with another episode of Do You Even Cook, Bro? First of all, we want to say thank you very much for all the love that you guys have been giving us, sharing, liking, commenting. We appreciate it all. And yes, I am going to cut down on the swearing because, everybody in Chicago understands, but the rest of y'all can go fuck yourselves. So this episode, we decided to switch it up. I know I said I was going to do a double stuffed bison burger, but instead, since the holidays are right around the corner, Thanksgiving is next week, I figured I'd give you guys an alternative so you can eat dessert all fucking day long. Shit, I said fuck again. We can bleep that out. We can do dessert all day long. So I'm gonna show you guys my protein-filled sweet potato pumpkin pie. And I know with Thanksgiving coming up, it's really hard to stay on track. But if you get your macros right, you can do your turkey as your protein, mashed potatoes as your carbs, and everybody's favorite, green bean casserole, as your veggies. And we can make this all work together. So I decided to create a protein sweet potato pumpkin pie that you guys can enjoy. Any way you look at it, there ain't no good desserts out there, I'll tell you that much. But with what I created, I will let you eat dessert all day long, get your protein, get your carbs, get your fats, and still enjoy the staple food of Thanksgiving, which is pumpkin pie. We're just gonna add a little twist on it and make it something that you can really enjoy and, you know what, not go to the gym next day and feel fat. All right, everybody, so now there's two steps to this. So first thing, we're gonna start off with the crust, and then we'll work our way into the filling. So now I'm gonna show you all the ingredients for the crust one by one so you can take notes for it, all right? So first ingredient we have is Quest baking powder. Next ingredient, we have a cup of egg whites. Next ingredient, baking soda. Vanilla extract is next. Then we have PB2, which is powdered peanut butter, is an alternative that I use to add a little bit of extra flavor to it. Other ingredient, cocoa powder. And our last ingredient, we have cinnamon. So now that we have all our ingredients in front of us, we're gonna take them, mix them up in the bowl, and get them ready to put them in the pie pan, okay? So first, we're gonna take the protein powder, put it in the bowl. Make sure we get it all in there. Next, we're gonna dump the egg whites in now. Make sure it all mixes in. Our next ingredient, baking soda. Very key in any baking. Next ingredient, a little bit of vanilla. Then we have my special PB2. So we're gonna throw that in. Then we're gonna add the Hershey's cocoa powder. And last but not least, cinnamon. So now that we got all our ingredients in the bowl, we're gonna take the official Do You Even Cook, Bro spoon and mix this all together. We might need to add a little bit more water to make it like a pancake consistency so that it stays into the pan right. Because with all this powder, it's gonna get extra chunky, extra quick. And nobody likes things too chunky. So now that we got our crust all ready, I'm about to dump it all in the pie pan, and then we're gonna put it in the oven at 425 for 10 minutes. But before we do that, I like to use, I can't believe it's not butter. Obviously you don't want any more calories or any fat. So we're gonna spray this on here, make sure it's all nice and moist so that the crust doesn't stick to the pan, so we can take it nicely out. So we're gonna get in there, we're gonna start squirting. And now we got all nice and lubed up. So now I'm gonna take the nice and thick crust mix. We're gonna dump it in the pan. And we're gonna spread it out evenly because we don't want it too thick. So you might have a little bit of extra that you can just kind of eat yourself. So we're gonna smear it around, make sure it sits on the sides, gets all over just like a regular crust would in any other normal pie. Okay, so now we got that done. Now we're gonna stick it in the oven, like I said, 10 minutes at 425. And in the meantime, we're gonna get the filling done. So I'll show you guys that next step. Boom. Set that. So now I already cooked up the potatoes. So we're gonna take out the filling right now because I like it extra nice and moist. And we're gonna separate this. So altogether I cooked 2 sweet potatoes, and that's gonna go along right with the 1 cup of the pumpkin puree that we have going. So let me just get out the rest of the sweet potato, and then we're gonna move on to all the pumpkin filling and everything else that needs to be added into here. I missed one, you saw that. So now we're gonna go over all the ingredients for the protein-filled sweet potato pumpkin pie. I showed you guys the crust, so now we're gonna go over each individual thing for the filling. So we have our 2 sweet potatoes, our all-natural, 100% no preservatives pumpkin puree, bringing back the vanilla extract, the nutmeg, and last but not least, my classic ground cinnamon. All right, so now we're gonna start the filling. So I started with 2 sweet potatoes. I baked them for an hour, 425 for 1 hour, got them nice and soft. You wanna make sure they're extra squishy so that they'll mix together very well. So that's what I have inside of here. I'm gonna take it in, dump it inside the bowl. Then I have my pumpkin puree, which we're gonna mix together with the sweet potatoes. Make sure you try to find an all natural, no preservative one. We're not looking for anything that has GMOs in it, anything else, because like I said, we don't believe in GMOs here. We don't believe in fake food or processed food here. So stay on point with your eating. We're gonna add in our vanilla extract. Like I said, our secret ingredient, the nutmeg. And then for the cinnamon, well, choose as you like. I like to sprinkle it all over, do a tablespoon, whatever you prefer. I like to cover it because I love how cinnamon tastes. Okay. So now it's all together. We're gonna mix it all in the bowl, keep it going. Make sure it comes into a nice, smooth texture so that when you lay it into the crust, it's not gonna be clumpy or mess around. So we're gonna go back and forth, back and forth. Get a little arm workout while we're doing all this. Now we got our filling all nice and set, looking delicious, smelling even more wonderful. So we're gonna wait for the crust to finish, then we're gonna add in the filling, and we're good to go. All right, so now that our crust is done, take it out of the oven. Keep the oven on because we're gonna have to reuse it. Crust came out absolutely perfect. We're gonna let it cool down a little bit and then make sure you press it, flatten it out like any other crust so that we make sure we have room for all the filling. So we're gonna push it down with one of our other patented Do You Even Cook Bro spoons. So we make a nice flat layer. We're gonna wait for it to cool down and then we're gonna add in the rest of the filling. Now that we got our crust cooled down, we're gonna take the filling, add it in. So we're gonna take big heaping spoonfuls. Make sure we just throw it right on top at first because we're gonna have to spread it around anyways. We wanna use every last ounce that we have. So we're gonna try to make sure that we can get it all out. So might even have to bust out a little baby spoon to get the rest of this. So now we're gonna spread this around really quick. Make sure we fill up every area of the crust. Nice even layer, as even as possible. Like I said, I'm not a chef. I just love to cook. So this is gonna be as good as I can about get it. Perfect. So now we got our pie ready to go and we're gonna stick it right in the oven. So pie's gonna go right in the oven. Stick that in. We're gonna bake it at 425 for another 20 minutes. All right, now that the pie is done, we're gonna go real Chicago style, cut it just like a pizza. Okay, so we're gonna go in, slice it, make a nice X, make a couple tiny pieces. I'm gonna take a nice big slice out for you guys. Okay, so make sure you get in under the crust. It might stick a little bit. So we're gonna get it even on each side. Like I said, it takes a little bit of work. These mussels gotta come in handy for something. Okay? Ah, fuck. We gotta edit that out. Oh, let me fucking slice this thing. This crust is thick as fuck. You okay?
Yeah. I was just thinking about leaving it all unedited. Fuck. You know?
Alright, now we got our slice out. Lay it on the dish. Boom. We got our healthy, protein-filled, sweet potato pumpkin pie. And then instead of whipped cream, for all you fatties out there, we're gonna use my favorite, light and fit Greek yogurt, vanilla, close enough to whipped cream. And take that to a nice hefty tablespoon on there. We're gonna even top it off a little more cinnamon. And look at that final product right there. We just killed it. Now guys, this is just one thing you can do for Thanksgiving to make it a little bit healthier. So like I said, I'm not just here to cook, I wanna show you guys everything. So around Thanksgiving, if you're trying to enjoy it, most people go into it, they wanna starve themselves so they can go and eat like a fat ass. Don't do that. Do a little couple low carb days before. So when you go in and you eat your food, well, you can actually enjoy it. Maybe I recommend doing a leg workout or a big back workout, something early in the morning on Thanksgiving, so that, you know what, when you can enjoy all the food because you're gonna use it as energy and build muscle with it. Or even if you're not building muscle with it, you still won't be putting on fat if you go in and exercise. Try not to add extra salt when you're at the dinner table, because I'm sure it's already filled with it. And then you know what, portion control. Eat your normal meals that you would through the day. Thanksgiving isn't some fucking all day eating fest. It's one meal. Have your breakfast, have your lunch, and then go into it, okay? So when you go into dinner, you're not gonna be as hungry, all right? So you can have all your food, and like I said, you can have your pie, and you can eat it too, with the one and only Do You Even Cook, Bro? Thank you for watching. Appreciate it all. Stay tuned for right after the holidays. We're gonna have another super amazing dish coming for you guys. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that fucking subscribe button. Yeah, I said fuck at the end. I don't even care anymore. Hit that subscribe button, share, tell your friends, and I'm gonna have all the recipes ready for you guys all the time. Do You Even Cook, Bro? Out.